All right, my people, how are you? Good evening. United have gone ahead to contact Fofana agents. And this is really something huge and very big that is really breaking through, coming in from Germany, plating hole, very close horse to tier 1 sources. And he has gone ahead to obviously break that story. Lindelof stance and his future, Manchester United, has gone ahead to be revealed. And Danny Gore plan has been revealed by the club sources into the mix. Welcome to this channel, United Matters channel. It is. Smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and I've gone ahead to come in late, but I tell you what, we are obviously going to be bringing you the best that you guys deserve onto this channel as things are really moving on as planned. We thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims, Barakallahu fikum, and let's obviously bring it to where you guys deserve to be. And smash like button close to how many times? Close to 200 times. And don't forget to subscribe because we want to hit 20,000 subscribers before this comes to an end. And here we come. Obviously, get a story coming in from Gore that Manchester United have made contact with the agents of Youssouf Fofana to explore a potential deal this summer. It was 2-3 weeks ago when when United have presented their projects and plans. So Manchester United is really working tooth and nail to say to it that the deal of Youssouf Fofana really comes to pass, and they want to obviously put in a very huge shift to say that this deal really comes to where they want it to be. And I tell you what, according to the plans, I think everything will go on as planned, according to me, because United now want to act fast to obviously get in the best of the best when it comes to what they're supposed to be really getting for Erik ten Hag as the midfield option. Remember, United had Ugarte as their #1 target, but it looks like the amount of money that has gonna hit to be called in for by the side of by these guys known as PSG for Ugarte is really huge, and United cannot come out and obviously feel like they can do the due diligence. So what is going to happen is simple. Manchester United is really working slowly by slowly, step after step to see to it that they really get in the right player at the right amount of money. It was really agreed by the board unanimously that Ugarte is the guy to go for, but it never really went on as to plan. And guess what? Manchester United have now gone ahead obviously put in a very big show, and they've gone ahead obviously coming through and say, let's go for this guy. And in so doing, obviously a lot is really happening, and we obviously have to wait and see how this happens. This is the second process or second step in the 5-6 steps of really signing a player. First and foremost, you have to first understand that the team is willing to sell. The team where you're going to be getting that player from is willing to sell, and that is the first step. The second step is to agree personal terms with Youssouf Fofana, or the person you're really looking at. This is the second step. And when you look at the first step, is Monaco willing to sell? The answer is yes. Now, Youssouf Fofana, personal terms, is he willing to come to Manchester United? The answer is yes. United have contacted his agents, obviously send that message very clear to him that we want to sign you, and we can now start talking or discussing the personal terms. And that contact is really very important in as far as this deal is concerned, because if personal terms are done, I tell you, United will immediately throw in their bid. And I tell you, there might be some huge movement this week, and unless otherwise, PSG come out and really change their stance on the amount of money they are really calling in to sign a player called Manuel Ugarte. I tell you what, it won't really come to pass. It won't really come to pass, and United are not willing to really be ransomed and bullied by the side of PSG, and that is the beauty of the new team. And I think United had already gone ahead to inform the agent or the agency that runs Youssouf Fofana's business, and it was like, all right, we will obviously get it to where it want to be. We might come in for you, and I think maybe That's why United are going to find it easy to obviously convince this guy to come in through to play for the club of Manchester United. The contact is going to have to be made. Big contact in there for you, for Youssouf Fofana. And we wait for the results that will come in through from the contact on whether it will lead to personal terms being agreed, or United will have to obviously get in a better proposal to Youssouf Fofana into the mix. Then we go to the other guy. That is Play to Gore also added and told us that at this stage, they have not yet made a concrete offer to Monaco for 25-year-old central midfielder. Fofana still has a verbal agreement with AC Milan and about a contract until 2028, but no agreement between AC Milan and AS Monaco. This is known to all of us that Fofana has what we call an agreement with AC Milan, but AC Milan has failed to obviously come to a compromise with a team called AS Monaco, that has a lot of power onto Youssouf Fofana. But we all know to it that Fofana has to be sold this summer transfer window, and the fact is he's left with just 1 year on his contract as a player, and I believe that his deal will obviously come to pass. But where he's gonna be playing, God knows. I think AC Milan were like, we are the only one in the race, and the player's going to reject teams like Nottingham Forest and West Ham, and he wants to come and play for AC Milan. And AC Milan being the only big team to the race, I think they are taking their time to see to it that they convince the player to come into and put in a very good shift. But later, Manchester United have gone ahead to join the queue, and things have gone ahead to change. No sooner United came into this transfer, things have gone ahead to change, and AC Milan are going to feed it. But I tell you what, there is no AC Milan can really get a player of Manchester United. I tell you this, there is no way AC Milan is really going to take this player out of Manchester United. And I tell you, a club like Manchester United with the competency at the high ranking of Manchester United right now, there is no way you tell me that United will fail to obviously get this deal out of the way, because the moment they went in through, they are 100% sure they're really going to really win this race. And I tell you, to make it verbal to the world that they've gone ahead to attack the deal of this guy known as Youssouf Fofana and hijack it, we've swept in. Obviously, they know to it that they're really going to win it. Like, you remember when we swept in for a guy called Zexi, we made sure that when we go, we have to win, and we never fought a losing battle, meaning that we are here to see to it that we are going to get this deal over the line. And I tell you, anytime from now, you might hear that personal terms between Manchester United and this guy have gone ahead to be agreed into the mix. So we are waiting to see how things really pan out for the club of Manchester United, but very many options are being thrown in as far as Manchester United link to the all search for the midfielders is really concerned. The list is really growing, and we are waiting to see how things really pan out for the club of Manchester United. But don't expect us to go in for a player who is like £60 million. No, that will be a lie, because if you are willing to release that amount of money for the player, then United would have gone ahead obviously do it onto Ugarte. But at the moment, United have gone ahead not to do it on Ugarte. It's a confirmation that they're not willing to spend that money on anyone else. So that is Ugarte for you. That is Youssouf Fofana for you, and Manchester United are really charged for that deal, and we just can't wait to see or to hear the good news that personal terms have gone ahead to be agreed, because after contact is made, that means United are really going to put in their offer to Youssouf Fofana, and I know will be having the best thing to offer to this player known as Youssouf Fofana into the mix. So that is it for Fofana. Huge one. Story waking up on it is really something great for the club of Manchester United. Then we are having Telegraph Dhaka. You know him as James Dhaka, United correspondent for the United correspondent for the Telegraph, has come out and obviously told us the following, that there has been tentative interest in Victor Lindelof from Italian and Turkish clubs, but his wages are said to be an issue. So Italian clubs and Turkish clubs are going to obviously come in and obviously want to sign Lindelof, but wages are really an issue. And I tell you what, there are certain things we need to obviously understand the club of Manchester United, that we are not going to come in through and obviously keep these players because of their wages. For me, the best thing to do is you sell a player and really tell the club that you are supposed to get me, like for Lindelof, 15 million pounds, but because he earns 14 million pounds, how much are you willing to offer him? That 80,000. That means 60,000. That is like 3 million pounds. Take it off the salary, take it off the money, get us 13 or 12 million pounds, and you obviously do the needful. You get? So, and you at least do the needful. So for me, I'm 100% sure of what is really going to be happening. Lindelof will leave. Lindelof will leave because United really want to get in Matthias de Ligt. And when you look at the defenders that we're really having at Manchester United, if you add on Matthias de Ligt, on Evans, Lisandro Martinez, Harry Maguire, you know, and Lenny Yoro, who is set to return in December, of which all those players might be ahead of Lindelof in the pecking order. Lindelof has to make the best decision of leaving the club of Manchester United. And for me, if I'm Manchester United, I sell him for 15 million pounds. I take off the 3 million pounds. Tell any team that wants to tell him that please, you compensate his wages, and I walk away with 15 million, and I walk away with 12. And if at all I walk out with 12 million pounds, I think they have enough for the club of Manchester United to obviously see to it that we really capitalize onto getting in other players that we really need into the mix. If you move on, Lindelof, right? And Aaron Wan-Bissaka, you know, those two can obviously get you close to 30 million pounds. And I think that 30 can really help us in bringing in the players that we want in the nick of time. So guys, let's wait and see how that pans out. But Victor Lindelof is one of the candidates that United want to sell. But the problem is wages. And you remember, even onto Aaron Wan-Bissaka, his transfer to the side of West Ham is really stelling. Do you know why? Because Aaron Wan-Bissaka has not gone ahead, obviously come out and really agree on really losing his salary. And he's like, I'm not going to really go because I'm earning close to £100,000 a week and West Ham is not willing to pay that amount of money. But if I'm Manchester United, I'm serious, that means West Ham can pay like 60% of the salary and we're left with 40%, as I explained to you yesterday. That is close to £2 million. Why don't you pay it off? Pay it off. Pay off the £2 million. Take it off the 18 million pounds, get in the 16 and jog on, because the more we really delay, that is really going to cost us a season. And it's one of the things I wouldn't like to really come in here and really tell you that United costed themselves a season because of what we really anticipated to obviously be one of the biggest summer transfer windows in as far as incomings and outcomings are really concerned. So it is in the good of Manchester United to come out and obviously do that, because I think it will obviously offer us the best that we deserve in here as a side of Manchester United. Then Gore, who really injured his shoulder and underwent a surgery that kept him out for 3 months, is looking like he's going to be back, and we've been told by Steve Railstone that Gore is yet to return to training after a shoulder dislocation during a personal training session. He's yet to return to training at Carrington. United will decide Gore's next step with his long-term development in mind. Now, if there is a player that really lost a lot in the preseason, it was this guy, because he has a lot to do with his stuff. You understand? And his craft is really one of the best that, if at all he played in the preseason, would have gone heavy, obviously be one of those players to be considered by the manager, but he missed out a lot onto what he had obviously offer, and nothing really came up to do the needful. So for me, I believe it's good for Gore. Let him return to Carrington after returning Carrington. Let him really get through the rehabilitation and then get onto the pitch. And I know all those decisions that you're really waiting in for to be made will obviously come in through and obviously be put up into the mix. And I tell you what, he's gonna really have the best of the best, and he's really gonna get himself up and running, and nothing is really gonna stop him as a player to see to it that he obviously thrives. But there is a talent in him, and he really looks good, and that was a very huge setback when he really got that shoulder injury. But you know what? He has a strong mentality. He's having a very good manager in the names of Erik ten Hag, who I believe is really going to do a lot or mean a lot in his career. That is it. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about United contact Youssouf Fofana agents. What do you make about that? And what are your thoughts when it comes to none other than the guy himself, Victor Lindelof? What plan do you have for matches? What do you think United should do to gate him off? You know, should he run his contract down? The answer is no. Should he obviously... The answer is no or yes. Should he obviously go ahead and obviously put in the required shift to really take this to the next level and really sell him off? And what do you think about Dan Gore's plan for the club of Manchester United? Should he be loaned or should be integrated into the first team training, and then United will find a better option for him if at all he's ready steady for this season of Manchester United? May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rock and David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. And the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. We out.